What's up, guys? Iceman here. So, in this video, I am going to show off my sorceress. This is a new Vamin. She's very young, but not too fucking young. She's 19. So, I started running the tombs, trying to level her up, and it's been fun as fuck. Now, I think I decided to go the road less traveled by. You see, I am running as a Nova Sorc, and it's been fun, dog. Sorcs, just in general, are epic, I think, because you feel so damn godly with them. You teleport around, you waste shit, everyone else takes forever to get around. Especially in Path of Diablo with the new Enigma nerf, where there's actually a 2-second cooldown on the teleport. It's now called Warp. However, Sorcs have been nerfed a little bit in their teleport as well, because now, in addition to the mana cost, it also drains 5% of your maximum mana. Now, I wasn't very pleased to hear this shit initially, and I'm still really not, but some folks say it's justifiable because we don't want the Sorcs to be godly as fuck. Now, as many of you know who follow my videos, I generally am not one to run a Sorc. Which is why I was kind of pissed to hear that nerf, because eventually I want to have one on occasion. And it's just fun feeling godly as fuck teleporting around. But I decided to play one anyway, and it's been a damn good time. So basically, to compensate for that slight nerf, what you have to do is get some mana per kill on your gear, for one. A lot of Sorcs wear Phoenix Shield endgame, so you have to find your faster cast rate elsewhere, which fortunately in Path of Diablo, you can get up to 20 FCR on a ring. If you slam that shit, any ring can get an additional 10% FCR, or just 10% FCR if it doesn't have any FCR. Here's her gear. I just put 2 Turs in this helm. And yeah, being the Nova Sorc has been pretty fucking fun. Don't have any gloves yet. Don't really need that shit, to be honest with you. Found this shield. So, here's her skills. I fucked up a little bit, I think. I'm not sure if I was supposed to put one in a charge bolt. When I was in the Den of Evil, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to put one in a charge bolt. You know, maybe I want 1 point into energy shield at some point. I don't know. I've been putting a few points into warmth. So, actually, my boy, Krusty, who's one of my patrons, a recent patron, he has a pretty damn godly light Sorc, and that's kind of what inspired me to want one. So he has a Nova Sorc who has 1 point into Hydra, so I decided I'm going to try that shit out. Now, I don't know the details really around his build, but I'm just going to fuck around with Nova from the get-go. And just ever so slightly, as you continue to level, you feel more powerful. And that's one of the really rewarding things about Diablo 2, I think, is just running the game and just slowly but surely getting your character more powerful. Okay, so we're going to make another tome run game. But I'll show you how she's been doing. How she just flies around like a bat out of hell and casts Nova. Her Nova does 1 to 180 damage. So it has a very low minimum damage, as many of you know. And that's kind of annoying. But that's just what you get with lightning. Because the upside, of course, is it has a high maximum damage. And fortunately, you can have Nova on your left click. So then on my right click, I just have teleport and whatever else I might want to use. So it's nice. So here we go. Here's what I've been doing. Now, there are a lot of players in the game. Of course, a lot of enemies are more lightning resistant than others. Like, for example, these beetles can be a real bitch to kill. But yeah, I'm curious to see how at 1 point Hydra fares later on. Now, my boy Krusty had a freaking torch. He probably had Annie. He had all sorts of GG gear. I think he was even wearing Enigma on that Sorc, which I might consider. That, or maybe a 4-socketed Vapor Magi, which I do have one to slam. So stay tuned for that video. But yeah, here's what we've been doing, man. We run around, and especially with low player count. Like, with this example, you could often kill all these enemies with just 1 Nova, to where you're filling up your mana quite effectively with your mana per kill. And I'm not teleporting as much, as you can see, so that's something that you might want to start doing with your Sorcs, because of the teleport nerf, where it's just going to cost you a lot of mana. pump up your warmth, of course, maybe have insight on your merc, but for some of you, that's not really an option if you're a build that's partly reliant on infinity, in which case you might want to stack some mana per kill. But it is nice having run walk. I always liked having run walk on my swords, just where they can run fast as a little rabbit. It's kind of nice. It's just, and I don't always like having harmony on switch. I like having other weird shit on switch. So that's one positive. If you go the Enigma route, you're going to be able to run a little faster. So run a little bit more, teleport a little bit less when you need to, but you can still teleport around fast as fuck, really. See, but you can see how, like, you can pump, chug a potion when you do it, and it's really not that bad. But yeah, in general, I think Sorcs are just chugging more pots than what they used to. Now, these guys are lightning resistant, so you can't really see the effects of the damage as much with that type of enemy. But yeah, man, the Sorcs are just kind of rewarding to play, just how freaking powerful they can get. Here we go, pump another into Nova. Having some coffee with some butter, some chocolate. I can't remember, my women made it for me, to be honest with you guys. There's some other stuff in there. It's like a variation of the bulletproof coffee. It's absolute toad. It makes me hypey as fuck, but as some of you know, I do slowly begin to turn into a dick, or at least I'm tempted to become a dick the more coffee I drink. So kind of trying to keep it on the low a little bit. Maybe get a workout in today. I don't fucking know, man, but I wasn't really planning on it, so I'll be honest with you, I might not work out today. All right, have my garage gym. I'll probably make another video on that, just showing it all. But yeah, let me know where you guys have been in Path of Diablo thus far. Many of you start with a Sorc. I know that's generally what folks do. In my case, I'm kind of the opposite of that, where I decided to roll a Sorc later. Because of course I have my 2 Amazons, a Bozon, a Javazon, and I'm actually working on a Barbarian. Look at this weapon. Some guy, I think his name's Hammer Kills or something. Never really shared with me his name. He's a he just knows me from YouTube a little bit, watches my videos, but he spotted me this item that I can use to level. So running Triss, I was just bashing enemies with it. It has melee splash. He slammed this shit. It's epic. Yeah, it's absolute toad. I think he said it was the second try where he slammed it for 5 sockets. So just a style points item, you know what I mean? It's more effective on a Barbarian, I think, or somebody who's more melee. Like my Frenzy Barb, he's level 9 now, so I'm going to give this to him. So we can just run around fast as fuck, applying melee splash, some nice poison damage. Just a great way to get through most of normal and to level efficiently with a melee class. So I was pretty surprised to see this shit. So thanks, man, for letting me use this. So I'm going to pause the video and update you guys in just a minute. What is up, my toads? Iceman here. So I made it to level 21 with this little woman. And she's wearing the same gear. And I actually went and made cow level with my Amazon. No gloves, really don't need that shit. So, ooh, mental heal, that's right. Ishmael hooked me up with this and I just took it. I didn't give a toad. So, but nonetheless, I made the cows and I'm gonna try this out. So this thing dropped actually, which is kind of defensive, has a nice lightning res. Oh, this motherfucker just died. So I'm gonna try to solo this a little bit. Actually, it's working out very well. Sometimes if you have a character with decent AoE damage, you can make the cows and run it with them to get to 24. There we go, I'm not even partied up with this guy, so I'll just steal all the experience. Nice experience, and it's just, if you can do it somewhat efficiently, it's just so much faster than doing this in runs. Damn. Just a moment. Alright, little women got dead ass swatted. Too low for this. I don't think so. Yeah, so she handles it okay. You just gotta stay away. With these sort of Sorcs, what you need is some decent faster hit recovery. If you're getting up in their faces, you know what I mean? You're gonna get swatted some. So I don't really know. I'm not too knowledgeable in making swords, especially in Path of Diablo. So let me know what's like the healthy medium, you know what I mean? In terms of health and mana in the current state of Path of Diablo. And defense. Do you generally pump up your vitality with 0 into mana? Or it probably partly depends on the build. I know mana, points into energy actually affect your discharge skill, which is like a massive nova. And some folks utilize it to just knock back enemies a little bit. You know when you can stagger them when you hit them? I think it's when you deal 1/12 or more of their full health, you can stagger them when you hit them. Sometimes your Nova won't be powerful enough to do that, but your Discharge will be, so it'll save you a little bit of time if you cast Discharge, if say you're in one of the endgame maps, just to stagger them a little bit, and then, you know, you can recoup and recover, or maybe teleport away, and things like that. So Discharge is a great way to go. There's Tancred's. And Tancred's set has actually been enhanced a little bit this current season in Path of Diablo, where some of the items give summon damage. So it can be used for like a starter summon druid or a necromancer, things like that. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what is your familiarity with running and making new swords? In terms of like the life slash mana ratio, the vitality slash energy ratio. And for a Nova sword, for example, what would you recommend? And what's a good breakpoint to hit in terms of faster hit recovery? See how it actually staggers them, I think, because I'm doing more than 1/12 of their health. See how it knocks them back a little bit? If she was doing shitty damage, that wouldn't be the case. And it'd be even more difficult to kill them. The shield's okay. I wonder if I should use that. Well, it's a piece of shit, but it might be better than what I have going. Yeah, so this is Toad. I can cow myself. I'm probably going to get through normal without much of an issue at all. Maybe I'll update you guys on that. I'm just killing Satan, killing Baal. I'm excited to put maybe 1 point into Hydra. Damn, this is a fucking... It's a pain. Look at the style point shield right here. It's F, but it has the repairs durability. This one has a higher block chance, obviously, quite a bit higher. So I guess I'll just use this shield for now. Bump up that light res. But yeah, let me know what's a healthy breakpoint for a faster hit recovery on a Nova sword. Let me know in the comments below. Because they swat your ass and they'll really, they'll stagger you to where you can't cast Nova. See that? Really delays my Nova right there. So, it's important. 300 now. That's GG. Just been a long time since I've had a sword. A decent one at that. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm pretty interested right now. Like, Hodo is a really cool item. It's kind of cheap. It's very defensive. So I'm just excited to make a Hodo. A lot of folks complain about Aki, especially with these endgame maps. Teleports them all over the place, gets them killed. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward Hodo for sure.
I am overburdened.
Of course, with the endgame maps, some folks say, you know, the Sorc is just, they're not very good at it in general, because you need something that can do a lot of variation in damage. Some maps nearly require a physical player who outputs physical damage. Like the Tier 5, for example, the Burnt Forest. You gotta have the Death Lords, or whatever the hell they're called. And they're immune to everything but physical, and you can't break their immunity with Infinity or lower res. They're like the ones in Uber Tristram. So you need a physical output character to kill them. Bosons can waste their ass. Now, Meteor has been reworked this season, where it now deals an additional 25% physical damage, but I don't know if that's sufficient. Because your Merc's probably going to get swatted, and you're not going to have anything between you and the Pit Lords, or Venom Lords, or whatever the fuck they're called. So that could be a problem. Of course, Meteor falls faster this season. Let me show you the little tooltip for it. Equal to 25% of fire damage. That's Toad. I'm not going to be able to kill this guy. And it hits a lot faster. So Meteor's pretty cool. At the beginning of this season, I remember a few of my boys who were running a Meteor Sword. I feel like both of them respect the Hydra / Frozen Orb, but maybe endgame Meteor has some potential. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any experience using that. Yeah, this is pretty Toad, and I can just imagine as I slowly progress, it would just be rewarding just feeling this character get more and more godly. You know, once I make that Heart of the Oak, once I get some decent, faster hit recovery, you know, things like that, man. Kind of looking forward to it. So stay tuned for more videos. Let me know where you guys are at so far in Path of Diablo. If you will, become a patron. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me as you have. I think accumulatively, I have like $130 in patrons. So very nice, yeah. And I'm cheap as fuck. So every little bit counts, man. I'm cheap as a fat little toad. So yeah, goes a long ways, man, for those of you who are interested in supporting the Iceman. So links in the description below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace be with you.